What's happening, everybody? It's V from V's World. Welcome back to my show. If you have not already, please subscribe, rate, and comment. It helps me out a lot. It helps me to help you. So I want to thank everyone who has subscribed so far. Now, moving on. As you read in the description, this podcast is about alpha male persona and beta male persona. Alpha male versus beta male. I did one video like this once before. Go back and check it out. A lot of people viewed it. Slightly controversial for some, and I'll leave it at that, so check it out. Okay, this time around, something a little bit different. Okay, what is an alpha male? I think we all know, but generally speaking, from my vernacular, my understanding, an alpha male is a man or a young man. Doesn't matter, you could be an old ass alpha male like me. I'm not that old. Am I? No, I'm not even 50 yet. You could be whatever you want to be as far as the age is concerned, but as how I understand this is you have confidence. You have it within yourself and your being to look a person in the eye and present whom and what you are without reservation and without hesitation. And this is very important in the realm of two things. One is a job interview, believe it or not. Two, which is why you're here, is to get with women or pick up women or meet women, however you want to paraphrase this. Now, let's talk about the job thing really quickly. I don't want to make it boring. Getting the job, getting the interview, first of all. Most of us are not even getting interviews, but if you're going to get the interview and you're fortunate enough to do that, you have like basically 60 seconds really to nail it. And you don't want to waste time fiddling around, looking down, shuffling through papers, doing stuff like, yeah, and then I was working at blah, blah, blah. No, that, it already says what you're all about. You have no confidence, you have no inner strength, you have no inner power. So you want to look a person square in their face without hesitation and talk to them, not at them, but talk to them and engage them. And be strong in your conviction. Keep your voice level. Don't fluctuate, don't yell, don't go like this when looking down and talking. It won't work, trust me, it won't work. Alright, let's get out of the job sphere and get into the girls' sphere. What I've noticed for many, many years working with the public, in the public's eye, being a performer on stage, being an event planner, and yada, yada, yada. So those are my credentials, real world life experience, dealing with people of all walks of life, especially females, because most of the people who hired me to do their special event were females, whether it be corporate secretaries, if you will, or brides-to-be, etc. So I have a lot of experience in this department, convincing people to come to my side of things, if you will, and really projecting leadership qualities in that way. Okay, so that is really the crux of what an alpha male is, in my opinion. A person who's confident, and a male who is not domineering, but leads by example. Okay, and shows and exudes leadership qualities. This, my friend, is exactly what women are into. This is what they respond to. I don't care if you are a supermodel looking guy. If your shoulders are slouched over and you can't look a person in the eye and you talk really low, they're going to think you're lame, whomever that person is, okay? They're going to dismiss you right away. You can be an average Joe Schmo looking guy, and if you have open body space, you present yourself with level shoulders and chest slightly up and out, not like out like, you know, you're trying to be a transvestite or a ladyboy. No, not like that, but pretty much keeping this realm open to receive what's coming in. And when you're approaching someone, the opposite sex especially, you pretty much don't want to hesitate. You got something to say, you say it. And eye contact is king, and actually commanding the conversation. When I say commanding, some people might say controlling. I say commanding the conversation as to where it is leading and where you want it to go. For instance, for example, a group of girls are standing here and I come up to them, whatever. First of all, first thing I would say, if I found one of them or all of them attractive, I would pay a small compliment. Now, some of you pickup artist type dudes, you would say, "Oh man, dude, you're full of it. I would never pay some girl a compliment because, you know, I gotta figure out which one to nag and all this bullshit." This is garbage, man. You guys gotta grow up on that stuff, by the way. A real man is gonna give a compliment only if it's warranted and if it's sincere. A girl can tell a bullshit compliment from a real compliment. Trust me on this one, okay? So I would say something to the effect of, "You know what? If I didn't know any better, I would say that dress looks better on you than it would on a supermodel." Okay, it sounds cheesy. Maybe. But if it's done in the right gesture, with a smile on your face, and it's sincere, you might catch someone's attention. And this is the key. By the way, I just said that off the cuff. That's nothing that's scripted by me. I just made it up. And that's my style. I like to do that. You may get the attention because it's random. And while you have that attention, you definitely don't want to pause. Man, there's nothing worse than dead air in a conversation, especially when a guy is entering a conversation with 3 or 2 girls, or even 1 girl. It's lame as hell. So no matter what, you have to be a gutter mouth. You have to always have something to say, even if it's small talk. And I'll get to that in a minute, the art of small talk, because it is an art. I'm writing a book about this right now, and there's a chapter in it, in the book, where I thoroughly discuss the not only the ramifications of small talk, but the importance of being able to do it. This is what sets apart some people who are very good with women, especially when they meet them or picking them up or charming them. They can small talk about anything and keep the conversation going. So some of you guys out there who someone may say, "Hey, okay, you're a beta male. I mean, you know who you are," who may not have certain skills or certain levels of confidence or self-esteem or the track record to throw yourself to the wolves, the girls. I want to say this to you. Engaging with people is one of the most important things you can do to be socially inept. I'm going to say it again, okay? Engaging with people, this could be guys too, okay, is one of the most important things you can do for yourself to learn and teach yourself and accustom yourself to this skill set. It is a skill, and it's something that needs to be retooled, refined, okay? Even myself, I'm extremely comfortable talking to people I don't know. I do this on purpose, even if it's an old lady walking down the street, okay? Because it keeps my skills fine-tuned, right? And it's important, that's all I can say. I can't even emphasize it enough. It is very important, because what happens is you, for one, come out of your shell, but you learn how to bring another person out of their shell, okay, by conversing with them and getting to know that person and asking personal questions. That helps a lot, by the way. So anyway, getting back to my scenario, you've got a woman's attention for that brief moment, and just like the job interview, you pretty much got 60 seconds to keep her attention. And the thing about it is, see how I pause like that? You want to know what's going to happen next. That's how you control / persuade / manipulate the tone of what's happening around you. I know I just went on a tangent for a minute, but I just thought about something. People listen to other people who have something to say, right? When you have something to say, you want to engage the person or the audience in front of you. You absolutely want to do that. And in doing so, here's two key things I want to bring to you. And that you can apply this to the scenario of meeting said girl or woman or girls. The small talk stuff, key. Second, keeping the conversation going, right? Now, in the midst of this keeping the conversation going, it's a back and forth. You ask questions, the questions get answered. You ask another question, the question gets answered again. You ask another question, she tries to answer the question, right? Maybe you interject something. The conversation takes on a life of its own after a short period of time, okay? And when that happens, what you want to do is take one step backwards. You want to start paying attention to a person's body language, what they're doing. What are they doing with their hair? What are they doing with their eyes? Are they completely fixed on you or looking elsewhere when you're talking? You know, you want to notice what's happening here. For instance, for a guy, if I were a girl, I would want to check this guy out and see how he deals with me being a little bit of a hard ass, smart ass. Maybe throwing him a curveball, seeing how he reacts, right? Now, what you could do, which works, trust me on this one as well, is alpha males, generally speaking, have no fear because they don't really think past the here and now of the situation. And also, when you are pretty much strong, you're convinced of your own conviction. Let me put it to you like that. Your body does something. You really do get erect, you know, when you're really pissed off at somebody. You didn't do this and you didn't do that. Look what happens. Your whole physiological being changes. And with the male, alpha male persona, taking up body space like how I'm doing right now, you know, hands in the hips, definitely signifies I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for whatever's going on around me. Next time you go out into public, watch a bunch of guys standing around, I guarantee you one of them is going to be doing this, and that's going to be the leader. That person is the most confident individual of that group. Okay? Women do it as well. Women do it as well. So taking up body space like this, hands on your pocket, leaning back on one foot so you're pretty much planted and ready, it signifies to anyone who's watching that you're forced to be reckoned with and you're fine with yourself, you know? You're absolutely fine with that yourself. And this is the key to being quote unquote an alpha male, is being confident, being self-assured, not being a dick or an asshole, and exuding leadership qualities that are cemented. They are something that, it's something that is obvious to anyone who's watching, if they are watching. And then again, you don't really care if anyone's watching, if you are an alpha male individual. You really don't. That's part of it, you know, is allowing yourself to be who and what you really, truly are. Now, for guys who say, well, that's great, V, and all, but I'm not really that person. I personally believe, because I've been doing some studies on this and I've been writing about it, that some of us are not born with those innate qualities, but we can adapt, because humans are very good at adapting. Look at our evolution for the last 5,000 years. You know, we don't live in caves anymore. Some of us never lived in caves, but you know what I'm saying. So you can evolve yourself if you acquire certain tools and you practice on refining yourself as an individual. I'm not saying become someone that you're not. What I'm saying is find out some of your weak spots, the if you're not socialized, if you are not a good talker, if you are not comfortable looking at a person in the eye, practice this. First of all, acknowledge it, and the second thing is practice it and retool it and refine it until it becomes second nature. And the third thing, I probably said 4, 5, 6, 7 things. The last thing I'd like to leave you with is as much as you can, talk to people, even if it's at the bus station or in line. A small conversation does wonders for your self-esteem if you're not that confident of a person, because you're initiating that conversation. And by initiating it, you're kind of forced to have it go somewhere, okay? And it definitely makes people feel good when you talk to them and with them. That's another secret, if you will. Most people would love to have someone talk to them. I don't care if it's even the finest girl in the room, you know. Who doesn't want to have some kind of attention or be involved, you know, be picked on the team? There's involvement right there. So this will help you out if you're lacking in some other areas that I've discussed already. So alpha male versus beta male, is it really about this or is it really about this? You know, we've got to share our knowledge and have discussions about things like this, things about, I don't know, world famine, or things about stuff that's important. And if you're watching this video, obviously it's important to you. So I'm V from Mr. V's World. Thanks again for subscribing. Please rate this video thumbs up if you like it. And I'm out.